We're back. We're gonna play some playoff contenders, or are they just pretenders?
Well, first of all, let's get this out of the head. It's real early in the season, so I'm going to basically go off of maybe somewhat of last year and how they started off this year.
Well,
'Cause it's early and teams are still feeling out their rookies and you know
it's true, but
changing their style. So,
but you know how people love those prediction shows, man. We got so many requests for so many
all
mock
right,
drafts, so let's just
I'll
do
take a
it.
risk.
Let's do an easy and early, contender to pretender. Then we can listen back to it. We can do some live, we can laugh at some real live stuff after, get to like week 12 and we'll see how wrong Stocks was and we'll see how wrong I was and we'll laugh about it with you guys and have some fun. But you think the Bears is a pretender or a contender?
Oh, without a doubt, contender. The Bears have a defense and a the 4-6
Yeah.
that not many people use in this league, and he has the personnel. You know,
Yeah.
with Donahue and Jared Allen and Urlacher. He, he just runs it so well that he gives you fits, and when you could do that on defense and have a Jamal Charles and a Percy Harvin on offense,
Mm-hmm.
you you're gonna go far and you're gonna go deep because defense wins championships. And when you turn the ball over against this team, you're basically done because he's gonna tear you apart with Jamal Charles. I mean,
I'll tell you alarming stat. I'll play the stats guy and you can play the breakdown guy this time. We'll switch it around. We'll switcheroo. But okay, he's first in long passing yards. He only allows a little bit over 100 yards on defense for the pass. Keep that in mind. Some receivers have over 100 yards. This guy, altogether, he only allows just a little bit over 100 yards to any receiver, any kind of pass at all. Now the rush, he's 27th, so you can run on him. His philosophy is probably, I'll bend, but I won't break, you know, and he's fourth in total yards combined. So obviously most people aren't running on him, or some maybe that's why he's so low is because people are getting so they're getting down, and they have to throw, and then he can stack that 4-6 like he likes and kill it. But offensively, he's sixth in the league for offensive points. He almost scores about 31 points a game. So yeah, I would say he's a contender at least, and a very good one at that. Let's talk about the Green Bay Packers. Contender or pretender?
right? It's tough. Manny's starting off good. He
Yes,
he's
he is.
bound to he's definitely a contender now. I think he's finally settled down with his trades and his moves.
Yeah.
Finally, getting his groove, like we've been saying, we've been waiting
Mm-hmm.
for. And I think finally, the beginning of the season was the telltale of that. Last year was just disarray, and he wasn't finding that niche and that groove. And I think right now he is. And
Mm-hmm.
if he sustains now and no big injuries, yeah, he's going to be a contender, no doubt about it.
Well, I'm going out for Aaron Rodgers next week, Manny. So watch out, man, because you injured my middle linebacker who
Oh yeah.
oh man,
Sue,
I'm still talking
Sue's
about
bringing out the
that.
body bags.
Dude, I don't care who it is. If it's Sue, if it's a backup, or if it's a referee, somebody better hit Aaron Rodgers and take him down. I'm not kidding you, man. I don't care if I win the game or not. I'm taking Aaron Rodgers out. But no, back to serious notes here. He's got Manny's got some really tough games. Um, you know, tough games coming up. And later in the season, he's got the Bears week 10. Or no, that's me. He's got the Bears. Let's see. He's got them late though. He's got them week 15.
It's good. The
And
matchups are week 11 against the Bears,
yeah,
week 12 against the Vikings, week 13 against the Super Bowl champs.
Mm-hmm. So
So he's definitely.
I wouldn't say he's got a cupcake easy schedule early on, but his schedule definitely gets harder.
After his bye, yep.
And Aaron Rodgers, although he can pass in the snow, you know it as well as I do. You have to rely more on the run than, and that's the biggest difference between the Packers last season and the Packers this season. He's running the ball more.
Yeah, Starks is having a really good year. Starting off, he played against you with 122 yards.
Yep.
Second game, 123 yards. In week 4, 95 yards. So
Yeah.
Starks is definitely running the ball well, and he's found his groove a little bit with that
Yeah,
mix-up.
he really. I mean, I know he scored a lot of points against me because my defense was just playing. They were playing bad, but defensively, he's second at stopping the rush. So he's rushing the ball himself on offense, and he's second at stopping it. He only allows 60 yards, almost 61 yards per rush. So that's interesting to me. I mean, I remember he traded Aaron Rodgers in a rap poll. You probably remember. I remember he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have a great pass rush. I'm gonna have a great pass rush." Although he is 17th in stopping the pass, maybe those trades worked out better for the rush than the pass. Needless to say, if it's a rush or the pass, he's stopping something, and it's working for him. So.
Yeah, no, because he's got Tremont Williams. He went up to a 94, I think, yep. And his linebackers with Arakpo, A.J. Hawk, Aaron Curry, and Desmond Bishop. I mean, that's a great core of linebackers. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that.
No.
Those guys, I think you just imagine if he had Clay Matthews on that, take out, Bishop or Hawk.
The only guy he really uses efficiently from that trade, I'm sorry, man. You might use that running back offensively that you got from the Eagles. I think it was that that first round pick that now we can size up. But the only guy you really use efficiently, in my opinion, is Jenkins that you still use efficiently from that trade. Everyone else, I don't know why you traded it, man. So if he still had Clay Matthews, wow.
Well, he doesn't even have Jenkins.
No, did he trade him away too?
Yeah, so I don't even see him on his roster.
Oh man, Manny, I don't know what you.
You want us to go back on that?
Yeah, I mean trust me, you made some good trades, but you also made some head scratchers as well.
It's what have you gotten out of it?
Yeah. Now, being the Packers fan, are you kind of surprised he traded all those Packers? You really look at this roster. Yeah. There's not many true Packers on anymore.
Yeah, no, but I don't get me wrong. I like Brian Rackbo. I think he's good, but he's not no Clay Matthews. I'm sorry, he's just not.
No, well, he can't cover like Clay. He can rush like Clay, but he can't cover like Clay.
No, so we're still gonna talk about this trade.
Listen,
we should put it up on like a little bronze for worst trade ever.
Put it on the board.
Yeah.
No, I tell you what though. All honesty, I've only seen. I think he put Williams. I think mostly on Calvin Johnson when I played him this season. There's only been 3 corners to shut down Calvin Johnson like Williams did on me.
Oh, Tremont Williams is an excellent cornerback, no doubt about it. He can run.
Well,
he's got 93 speed.
Yeah. You got to have a fast corner to stop Calvin Johnson.
He's 96 man, 91 zone. I mean, that's great.
Yeah, he manned up. I couldn't get Calvin Johnson open. I tried everything. You'll have to look up the stats on that game. I refuse to look at that game. It still makes me cry to this day. But I think he only had like 34 yards. I mean, I couldn't get anything deep. I threw like a 70-yard bomb, and I usually connect on at least one of them. And one point in the game, I usually get one bomb. This guy stuck to me like glue. I've never seen anyone stick to me as good. The only guys to come close is the Bears. Did it with Peanut Tillman, I think, which surprised me. But see, he used that 4-6, so I was under some pressure. Manny didn't really pressure me much. This guy just stuck to me. And Terrence Newman was the only other guy to do it with the Cowboys last year. There's 3 guys to stop Calvin. I mean, that's a very short list.
Yeah.
So that tells you how good Williams is. I mean, 96 man.
Yeah, that's great.
With that speed, that speaks for itself. Let's play this some more. New England, pretender or contender?
Well, as of this year,
3-1.
3-1. Yeah, he's still, he's still got the weapon. So yeah, you're gonna have to give it to him because, you know, Rob Gronkowski went up to a 95. You got Adrian Foster at a 95. You got Wes Welker at a 92, and you still have Tom Brady at a 99. So you got four guys on offense that basically are your scoring positions, all above 90.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's huge. And then you still have Ocho Cinco. I know he's an 86. I know he's not that in real life. He's more of like a 40.
Yeah.
Where would you rank Ocho at right now if you were to do a live update?
Oh, live update.
50? 40?
He'd be
He's
like,
not even. He played 4 snaps yesterday.
if I was a Bengals fan, like just on precedent, I might rate him a 69. If I was gonna go just by this season, he's like a 50.
Yeah, he's not even on the board. He's not even playing. So, back to back to this. He's got 4 players rated above the 90s at the scoring position. You have the best quarterback, attribute-wise, 99
Mm-hmm.
in the game. Rob Gronkowski is a 95. I mean, that's just unbelievable.
I think there was one game that slipped under the radar that we should talk about because I honestly think this guy still gets underrated to this day, and I don't understand why. The Giants beat the Patriots for his first loss at home. He beat them at home for his first loss, 42-10. He kept Adrian. Okay, Foster. Obviously, I'm guessing the Patriots was down most of the game and had to really throw the ball quite a bit. But Foster only had 6 carries for 17 yards.
Wow. Phew. Now, do you believe Foster is a 95? You had him for a little while.
It depends.
He doesn't seem like he's playing at a 95 level.
It depends on how you run with him. He was actually a pretty good running back for what I used. But I was like, he's a 90-something, and I don't need a 90-something for what he does. He can't really run outside, okay, from what I noticed. He is a beast to bring down, though. He's kind of he plays, I know in real life he plays a lot quicker, don't get me wrong. But in this game, he plays like a skinnier version of Brandon Jacobs.
Oh, okay. I look at the 95 and I think of him as like a top 5 running back, but he doesn't put up top 5 stats in this league.
No. Well,
that's where I think he's a 95 in real life, but not a 95 in our Madden.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. Like, oh, he's better than Brandon Jacobs. But in this game, he's really tough to bring down. He's got pretty good moves for as big as he is, and he's somewhat fast. But in real life, he plays a lot quicker. I think he can be really good for somebody. But I think again, my trade was more to get LaShore on the field than it was my hate for Adrian Foster. But I think it depends on how you use him. You can't use him like Darren Sproles. He's not that kind of back. But yeah, that's surprising. He only had 17 yards though. I really thought the Patriots was really getting used to having him. I mean, I remember we talking about what was a few weeks ago. We were like, oh, no one thought he could run at all. They didn't think this owner liked to run. He was like anti-run. And he got Adrian Foster. He put some good weeks together. The first week is against San Diego was his best game by far. He had 168 yards and 4 touchdowns. You remember that week?
Yep.
Everyone was saying, wow, Logan, he had 4 touchdowns, 168 yards.
Yeah, and just looking over the Patriots roster, it seems to be getting a little bit old, The offensive line's getting kind of old.
Yep. Well, I took one of his old offensive linemen, but I had to because, see, that's the thing. Matthew Stafford, I need to protect him, man. I need to protect him, and I took one of them. I wanted Nate Soldier. I really did want his youngest, but there was just no way to pry it from him. Although that trade actually working out better for me than I think it is to him right now because with his first round pick, I took the strong safety I had to use because Louis Domas is out. And that kid's already forced a forced fumble, had like a dozen tackles already, and an interception. Playing the strong safety position, so I'll still take that trade to this day, even though Foster's a 95. Now, instead of playing pretender and contender with the Patriots, we play love and hate with Adrian Foster. But there you go. But I think going back to the pretender contender thing, it's a good thing we spent so much time at Adrian Foster because that's really what his season's going to come down to.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
We
If
know.
he can live up to that 95, I mean, he's got dual threats.
Well, that's the thing is because we know the Patriots can throw. The Patriots owner and his team can throw. He loves to throw the tight end. Hernandez, I think, had the most yards for any wide receiver or tight end. The question was he couldn't run with a lick. I like our Australian buddy Brady, but man, he could not run at all, and that was his downfall. Now, hopefully, because he only had 10 yards, I think, against Dallas week 3. He has 17 yards. Hopefully, he gets back to that one, that first week, because you need to run the ball again to win in the playoffs.
You don't want to be one dimensional. Definitely not.
I'd have to say pretender, man.
Okay, well, I like his pieces on defense, and I just realized I don't know if you ever talked about it, but he had acquired Earl Thomas. I mean,
yeah,
he's got 2 cornerbacks in McCourty and Asante Samuel at 90s.
Yeah,
You got a Will Fork at the 94 inside the middle, Jared Mayo, outside linebacker to 94. I like his defense core. I mean, it's solid.
it is. I just don't know. I don't know what Foster we're gonna see. It was there was only 6 carries, so maybe it was because he was down so much. I don't know, but
yeah, that's not enough.
Dallas, he has 11 against Dallas for 10. So he's not even averaging a yard per carry against Dallas. Now, the 1 week he did give it. This is a big win to me. He beat Kansas City. We talked about Kansas City maybe being a threat. We haven't got to him pretender contender yet. That was the next one coming up. So see how I'm getting better. I'm starting to understand this TV thing. The segues. I'm starting to segue pretty good, aren't I? But he beat Kansas City, and he gave Foster the ball like 23 times for 96 yards, 98 yards, something like that. That's the kind of Foster he needs to see on a weekly basis. And like I said, I think the Giants game was he was down and he couldn't do anything about that. But what Foster we're gonna see, I don't trust in Foster.
All right.
So going back to my segue here, what do you think of the Kansas City Chiefs? Pretender or contender?
I'm gonna have to say neutral right now. You come back to me with that question in like 4 weeks because he just got his new quarterback, his new toy in the shop. So it could ride on Schaub's shoulder. Mm-hmm. I don't know if maybe Schaub was holding him back. Getting Schaub. Mm-hmm. That was the downfall. Kansas City was, quarterback play. To make a change like that now, it takes a lot of guts to do it because you're going into the season with the quarterback and, you had a game plan and you come out and you throw a monkey wrench kind of off the bat within 3 weeks of the season and, go the whole, get rid of Matt. Well, he still has Matt Castle. Mm-hmm. But basically give up on Castle. So, yeah, the jury's still out. You know what I mean? I like Schaub. With, Dwayne Bowe and Matt Forte, I mean, you got 2 good pieces there. Tony Milwaukee, tight end, decent tight end.
Yeah, so, Jonathan Baldwin's also a great threat, good young threat.
Yeah, so and I'm going to have to plead the fifth here. I'm going to say come back within 4 weeks when I can see Schaub's stats. To see if it's an upgrade from Castle, and if so much, how much.
I would love to do the same.
Because Castle's an 86, Schaub's an 88, so you're not making much of a progress. I mean, they're both 6'4", 6'5" quarterbacks.
But
they've both been in the league.
I think if you were to look at the attributes, I think Lord likes his quarterbacks to be able to throw deep, and I don't think Castle can throw deep. He's kind of like he reminds me of an older version of I think that's the low end of what Blaine Gabbert can be, a Matt Castle. High end, maybe he's a Matt Ryan, what I think Blaine Gabbert can be.
Yeah,
So,
that's a perfect. Yeah, his Castle's deep accuracy is a 73.
hmm
His short accuracy is a 91. His throw power is an 85, so that's not too bad.
sounded a lot like a young Blaine Gabbert a little bit.
Yeah. That would be a good comparison.
I think you could probably be happy with that, but you'd want to see more Blaine Gabbert become Matt Ryan. But I'll let a good buddy Alex talk about that next time.
Yeah, because Schaub's deep accuracy is only an 80. His short accuracy is a 94.
hmm
Throw power of 88. So you're not looking that much of an upgrade in my eyes. I don't. They're similar quarterbacks in some sense, you know. So
Yeah.
it whatever the trade was worth, you know, I think it was a couple of draft picks, and so yeah, I'm gonna have to come back on that one.
Well, I'll say this about him: he could be a contender, but the division, I have to say, this that division. Okay, first of all, everyone was talking last year about the NFC North being the toughest division, and I'm not stepping my foot off the gas in that comparison at all. But I'm saying if you want a counterpart to that, the AFC West is tough. You got Denver, you got um, San Diego, you got the Super Bowl champs. I mean, they're still the Super Bowl champs. And then you got the Chiefs who have shown, hey, that we can, he beats the Super Bowl champs week 1, which, oh, that might not look so impressive. He's 0-4 now, but at the time he was, 0-0. That's a big win to start off the season. Then he loses to the Patriots. Then he loses to the Broncos, But hey, he needs to win really bad against the Packers, and guess what he does? So he's shown maybe, hey, I can be a playoff performer because when I need it, I get it. You know what's interesting? He's got Dwayne Bowe, right?
Okay.
But his top receivers are Sanders, the rookie, and Jonathan Baldwin.
Yeah, so in that case, he's probably finding other guys open, better than Bo.
I'm saying that speaks to his his how
his
deep.
gameplay is. I've played with him. I played against him many a times.
hmm
He's a great Madden player.
Very good. I mean, I'm actually surprised. He hasn't made really big noise in the playoffs yet.
Yes, yeah, me too. Yep.
I mean, you guys don't. Maybe if you haven't been here, this guy really knows what he's doing. I would be really careful how many more years he misses the playoffs. And he says,
"Oh yeah, because when we had Madden 11, he was always up there. I mean, he'd always make a nice trade. I mean, he was a good, solid player. I mean, he's making the right moves at the right time. That's what he's doing. And this could be one of them."
Well, he's got Michael Griffin. I think he traded. He got from Tennessee last year. He's got Aaron Berry, so that's two great, safeties.
Yeah.
Two great safeties. I mean, and they're leading his defense. So Aaron Berry kind of a little bit. I mean, I'd expect a little bit more than 11 tackles and 1 interception, but it has only been 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So maybe you're right. Maybe stick that one in neutral.
Yeah.
We got about 5 minutes here. So how about we do this? How about you just give us an overview of what you expect from the season, what you expect from owners, any just give your season impression of what you've seen so far and maybe what you're looking forward to this season.
Well, since the new season and the draft, it's it's kind of a feel out, like we've always talked about it. The first couple of weeks in the first early season, how things are coming about with your rookies, your free agents. Players decreasing, which were good last year that aren't this year. That's one thing that I look at in my team and try to figure out. Okay, why was this guy good last year but not this year?
Mm-hmm.
and try to make him better in certain spots. And one of my guys is Mike Williams, my wide receiver. He's not doing what he did last year.
Trade him to
And,
me.
huh?
Trade him to me.
I could always do that too. But yeah, that's definitely something I look at. And overall with the season, I just hope guys kind of just get the camaraderie back a little bit. I mean, try to stay a little bit more active, on the chat board, and just just try to make the league better a little bit at a time.
I mean, I think we have the same philosophy in a lot of things, and I think that's why we have so much chemistry on this show. We've talked about it. We understand that, that people fight in this league because we are competitive people. I mean, you don't dedicate this much time to a video game if you don't take it, you don't take somewhat real elements to be NFL, if we don't want this league to be like the NFL, we're not going to spend so much time on, the game if we're not competitive. I mean, I understand that. So, we close the show, or we open the show with kind of some disturbing, I don't want to talk about this, put my black tie on and my sunglasses and, hide my face kind of thing. I'm ashamed. Closing out the show, I'd like to speak, okay? Now, I know the Texans, he can be a good guy. He can. I hope he can. Okay, we're a bunch of... We fight like brothers sometimes, but it's what you do after you do a bad thing that really defines, where we can go. Now, if everyone starts cheating the system, if we start pointing fingers at everyone, then we're obviously just going to go downhill. Let's take it, let's say, this is two guys making a bad decision. The brothers in the living room throwing the cushions around and jumping on the couch, and, the mom has to come in and yell at the kids. Let this just be the yelling act and then move on to some fun times, because this season's going to be pretty fun. Another thing I'd like to mention, Stocks, if you think you can do what you did last year and make the playoffs, the good teams are going to change up their styles a little bit,
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. You're changing playbooks, changing players,
Yep.
taking guys that you didn't have on, were starters last year starting this year.
Don't be afraid to make changes. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs did. He traded his quarterback away. Don't be afraid to try a new playbook. Don't be afraid to, because this season may be young, and but it goes really quick, So if you're going to make a move, make it now. Don't wait.
Exactly.
And don't be afraid to experiment with me. I mean, heck, if I make the Super Bowl, if I make the playoffs just once, I could go to the Super Bowl. So don't think, oh, well, okay, Logan's had 4 bad seasons, but all I need is one trip to the playoffs. It could be it for me,
Oh, yeah,
So
without a doubt.
always,
The Redskins are a clear example of digging himself out of a hole, maybe.
Yep. So always keep that in mind. You're obviously fighting for this season, but kind of keep a, eye on the back burner. The whole thing is in general. When you make trades, when you make movements, when you experiment with, because if you're not experimenting, if you're not having fun with this, why are you here?
Exactly, man.
So that's it for me. I think that's it for Stocks.
That's it for me, brother.
We're out, man.
Peace.